all there is energy. Energy appears in many, many, many forms. From gross to very, very subtle. Everything that is appearing appears from a field or an ocean of energy. There is no exception. Some of this field of energy is visible to our eye and audible to our ears. We can smell it, taste it. But most of this energy is invisible, beyond our senses. And even that is not all. Because as we know from quantum physics, if we really look at energy, it's only there because we're looking at it. In its source, it's just a potential. It transcends even the conditional field of energy. It's very, very mysterious. And even more mysterious is that this energy is self-aware. It's consciousness as well. Consciousness and energy, Shiva and Shakti, are one. Shiva and Shakti, it's called in the Indian tradition, consciousness and energy. They've always been one, they will always be one. So this body-mind that is sitting here, if you feel your body, really feel your body as it's sitting here, this body feeling, what you feel is energy. If you feel your body, it's not as solid as when you touch it with your hand. It seems so solid. It has a solid part, which is also energy, gross energy, but it definitely has a feeling part or energy part that you can simply feel right now. It's not difficult to see that every sensation in the body, every experience, all sensory impressions, it's all energy. My voice that you hear is energy. The little pain that you feel in your body somewhere is energy. The functioning of your intestines after a meal is energy. Every thought that you think is energy. Every emotion that you feel is energy. There is only energy. And all this energy is interrelated. seamlessly. Entangled. All of it is entangled as one whole. Not a hairbreadth of difference. This is really so. There is no separate entity or anything in the whole universe. This is the truth. Still, we act every day and every moment as if there is such a difference. You and the so-called world outside you. You and the other people. All of this is in your mind. No animal does this. Only the human animal has created this illusion of separation and the illusion of control and the illusion of progress and the illusion of seeking for more and more. But still, even if we do this, it's all in our mind. It's not really true. It's a dream, it's a fantasy, it's an illusion. So this truth means that there is but one thing that we should do, and that is called surrender. To let this energy body be. To let all the experiences of this body be. Not control it. Simply relax the body from toe to crown. Relax into the circumstances of life. Feel the body as energy. Feel everything as energy. The interrelatedness of it all. Then breathe the life, as we always do. And simply have your attention free, not identified, not making a difference, but free in the moment, simply being present. These 4 things we call deditation, and they're completely natural to the body-mind. To simply be the body in relationship is what we should do. Not retreat inwardly in the mind somewhere, in an imaginary world, a virtual world. So let's relax this body from toe to crown. Feel your feet and relax your feet. Feel the connection with the earth, connection with the floor if they're sitting on the floor, your feet. Do the same with the calves of your legs, your upper legs, your buttocks, your perineum, that whole lower part of the body. In other words, simply sit with the feeling you do not have to do anything. Give this body a break. Relax and feel connected to the earth. It's a nice feeling. It's a kind of come home feeling. The memory of being an earth being, A primate is what we are, really. It's good to feel it. And then when we go to the front of the body, it's immediately clear that it shouldn't be shut off, all tensed up in your abdomen and chest. That's not natural. Natural for the frontal line of the body is to be completely relaxed and open and vulnerable and receptive. That's the purpose of the frontal line of the body. Something we have completely forgotten. But it's the frontal part of the body where we receive the life energy, where it wants to penetrate this body-mind. And it's very difficult when we're shut off. It gives us the feeling in every moment and every second that we are shut off, that we are short-thrifted, that we are starving from life. This is why we seek pseudo food and have become a consumer society. Constantly on the lookout for things to console. Whether it's drugs or drink or food, comfort food. It's not for nothing that we call it comfort food. Food needs to comfort us because we feel shut off, separated, alone. So, relax your abdomen, relax your chest, open the frontal line, and you're feeling, feel the connection with the energy surrounding you. Out of which this body appears mysteriously. Feel that. Allow it. It's not difficult. The body still knows how to do it. You just have to give it permission. Then the back of the body, the spinal line feels different. Should feel different. Upright, strong, present, simply sitting, chest open, back straight. It's natural to do that way. Give yourself a break from all strive, from all the things that you feel you have to. From all the meritocracy. Effort, effort, effort. More, more, more. Never enough. That feeling. It's unnecessary. Relax the muscles along your spine. Simply sit. Feeling strong and present. Naturally. Relax those long muscles along the spine. Lower back, middle, upper back. And also most particularly your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Let your arms hang down by sheer gravity. Let all burdens slide off your shoulders. That's not what they're for. Relax the shoulders, let your arms hang down, relax your arms all the way up to your hands. Feel your hands open, soft, receptive, vulnerable. If you feel your hands right now all soft and vulnerable and receptive, you realize what this body is for. This body is for giving and receiving. These arms and shoulders and hands are to embrace, to touch, to feel. They're instruments of communication. They're not instruments of holding off life, holding off your neighbor. Be on the defense. Fighting, competition, that's not what they're for. They're for embracing. The same, of course, with your neck muscles. And then last but not least, your head, our head. Feel your head. Allow your head to become soft and vulnerable and open. Instead of all masked up and shut off and thinking, because you're afraid and have to look back and in the future all the time to see if you're okay, if you're strong enough, have I done it well enough? It's absolute nonsense. So allow your head to be the feeling instrument, the portal, the satellite antenna, whatever word you want to use. It's a system of communication again, receiving all kinds of impulses via your senses, all kinds of energy and frequencies. And as you've heard many times now, the great energy descends upon your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, all of your face, your throat, all the way down. Our head is like a lotus flower, or any type of flower, supposedly. All soft and vulnerable and receptive. Open up the whole of your head. Relax your skull, forehead, all of your face and throat. And feel it like an open lotus flower. Allowing life in. Abandon the vision in your head of a separate self. feel open, all relaxed. Feel the soft pressure of that force descending upon you. Hear it in your ears. Feel it with your body. That pulsating force, it's pulsating. Your body resonating with it, if you allow it. This body is an instrument of life, an instrument of light. It's not a defense mechanism. It is supposed to receive life and to give life. Constantly. So feel your body one more time as an energy body. Allow it to be filled, to vibrate and resonate like a musical instrument played upon by life. All these billions of cells are simple little strings of a huge musical instrument. Ready for celestial music. Really, this is so. Then you can even breathe that life force, with your feeling breath. The breath is not mechanical, as we've learned. The breath is a feeling breath. You breathe in with the feeling of receiving life to the full. It feels like a thirsty person drinking in water or whatever fluid. You know that feeling? It feels so good to breathe in life deep into your belly, where the battery is, and then to breathe out and feel that energy flow in all directions, all throughout the body, all the way back to its source. And then with that backflow and outflow, you can allow all the energies that are disturbed, contracted, dark, to flow with it. The body is not only an instrument of reception, but also an instrument of release. The whole nature is like that. What is not used becomes obsolete, gets dissolved into the ocean of energy, and reworked. No energy is ever lost, as we all know. So breathe in with the feeling of reception and breathe out with the feeling of letting it all flow all throughout the body, and then having that flow carry with it all that is not usable anymore. Old hurt, pent up emotions, judgments, negative thinking. Remember, it's all still energy. It's not concrete. It's energy, and you can let it go. You need to let it go to create room for new life. It's like fall and winter and spring. In the fall, nature gets purified. It takes a rest in the winter, and it makes room for new life in the spring. It's exactly the same with this body. There's no growth without purification. It is impossible. That's why it's so important to breathe out all the bad stuff, all the dis-ease. And immediately the new life will grow. Believe me, it is so. But you have to do it. So give yourself over to this breath of life, even to the point that you are breathed by life itself. You don't have to think about it. You just allow it. In reception, out release. The heartbeat of the universe. The conditional universe. The ebb and flow, like in the ocean. And then, as always, notice at the end of the out-breath is a space of time, a rest, a pause. Consciously relax into that pause. Let it be. Really let it be till the next breath comes by itself. If you completely relax into it and feel into that pause, it's not a pause. It's a room, it's a space wherein the breath arises. This space continues. This room continues. If you completely allow it, the breath arises in it, your body arises in it, everything arises in it. It's the space of feeling awareness. If you allow this feeling awareness, you will notice it's absolutely at rest. It doesn't do anything. It's simply aware, feelingly aware of all the come and go of all these energies, of all the come and go of every experience, including your own body, which then shows you we're not the body. We're the witness of the body. We're aware of the body, feelingly aware. And that feeling awareness is without any thread of action. It's actionless. It's formless. It is simply so. It never changes. It was never born, it will never die. That's the ground, the source of our living being. Feeling awareness, or the feeling of being, or consciousness itself. Everything arising in it, like the depth of the ocean and the waves arising, coming out of this depth, not different than the ocean, literally the same. But the word ocean is now the word awareness or consciousness. Feeling, an ocean of feeling is what we are. So come to rest in who you are. And you will understand you have to allow it all to be what it is. It literally is like waves in an ocean. The body is, every thought is, every experience is, every sensation is, every object is. It's all light. It's all energy. It's all modification. And again, notice there's only one thing to do, and that is to allow it to be. Surrender into it. This bodily life is about surrender to the point of self-forgetting, to the point of self-transcendence in who you are. Who you are is not an experience. Who you are is a state of being, completely free, completely happy, without cause, not dependent on anything, but allowing everything to appear and go as it will. Feel the truth of this. It's extremely liberating. And that alone will relax you completely, even as the body-mind. In this position, so-called, you can feel the connection with everything from your heart, from your feeling heart. So allow yourself to feel the connection between us in this call. We're all far away, we might have never seen each other face to face, and still we are completely connected and you can feel it. That connection without limitation, simply because it is so, is called love. That same connection you can feel with the circle of people that are important in your life. Whether you have difficulties with them or not, you're still connected. And if you feel the connection, there's only connection. And you forget about the trouble. Literally. You know this. In the same way we can feel the connection with all human beings. Because that connection with all human beings is also there. Not only with human beings, with all the non-humans as well. Every sentient being, all animals, all of nature. You can literally feel it if you allow it. There's only connection. There's a prior connection of all human beings, called humanity. It's literally like the cells in our body that form one body. All these cells form one body. There aren't anything without the body. They are the body. It's the same with human beings. It's very important to feel this, to allow the feeling of this connection, because it will make that other human beings feel it too, somehow, somewhere. No competition, no boundaries, no racism, no misogyny. Equality. It immediately vanishes all competition, all strife, all war. How could you? How is this possible? It's only possible when we feel separated. So feel all of this as you're sitting here. Consent to live this way in your inner being. In your mind's eye, see yourself living this way. Connected, given over, surrendered. Being a life sign instead of a victim. Being an instrument of life and light and love instead of the opposite. This can be done under all circumstances. You know how to do it. Then in closing one more time, feel the connection with the earth in this body as it's sitting here. Feel the openness and vulnerability in the frontal line. Feel yourself sitting here and being present and the power of it. Feel yourself being present, free in your attention in the moment. And then when you're ready for it, you can open your eyes if you had them closed. Make connection with your surroundings. And stay in this general mood of surrender.